What's going on YouTube? CJ Extreme here to talk about Money in the Bank. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these reviews, and last time I did one, actually I don't even remember the last time I did one, to be quite honest with you. I did not do one for Money in the Bank, and not Money in the Bank, WrestleMania, not because I didn't like WrestleMania, but it was just a really long show, and I didn't feel like really talking about it after all that, you know what I mean? But I enjoyed it. But the only match from WrestleMania that I rewatched was Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. In my opinion, the best match of the show. But the Falls Couldn't War match with Shane and The Miz was pretty cool too. Regardless, let's talk about Money in the Bank. Let's talk about the task at hand here. The pre-show match between Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan versus the Usos was a non-title match, as I thought it was. I got really confused because some people were saying that it might not be a non-title match, and it just completely threw me off for a little bit. But it's fine now. I know that it was, and it was a good match. It was actually pretty solid. I wouldn't say it was like the best tag team match I've ever seen by any means, but it was just really entertaining overall. And it was interesting to see the Usos win instead of Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan winning, because we already seen that match. So I guess this puts them in title contention. At the same time, with them being on Raw, why are they fighting the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions? There's plenty of SmackDown teams that could have the opportunity. Teams that you could build. I mean, they could have, but they didn't. They did the Usos instead. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in WWE right now. That's why I don't do the weekly episodes reviews anymore. Anyways. Good match. Usos won. Moving on to the main show. It was really weird because Naomi's music hit during the pre-show before they even did the show intros. I still don't know why Naomi came out when she did. Whatever. Anyways, she came out to the ring. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match about to happen. Whatever. It was good. I think this was the best one so far. I think. The third one, air quotes, I guess you could say it was the third one, was really good. The second one to happen at a Money in the Bank pay-per-view, but the third women's Money in the Bank ladder match, basically. That one was really good, but I like this one more. I just liked it more because Ember Moon hit a freaking eclipse from a ladder on the outside of the ring to the inside of the ring. I mean, come on now. Sonya Deville freaking carried Mandy Rose to the top of the ladder. But Mandy Rose did not get the briefcase. She did not get the briefcase. Actually, Bayley would stop her and take her out. There was some... Actually, I don't really remember a whole lot of spots, but I know I really liked it. I just don't remember that many spots. I'm going to actually rewatch it, if you can believe it. Not the entire thing, just my favorite matches specifically. But from what I do remember, it was a really interesting matchup. Basically, the two candidates that seem to be getting the push here were Mandy Rose and Bayley. That's who it really seemed like was going to win. Like, it was going to be either one of those two based off of how the match was going. Naomi had a cool spot where she did like a split underneath two ladders. She also ran across two ladders as well. It was just, she just really showed her agility. I wish her and Ember would have had a little face off and had a little bit of a back and forth. That would have been pretty cool. Carmella got injured. I think she got legitimately injured because the ladder hit her knee in a weird way, and she kept pushing. She kept pushing Mandy Rose away because she didn't want to engage in any more of a wrestling match. I think she was legitimately hurt, but she came back out. I mean, I didn't think she was going to come back out. I thought she was actually hurt. So I don't know if it was a work or not. Maybe it's going to be a story where Mandy and Sonya are going at it with Carmella. Maybe Carmella will get a partner again. Maybe her partner will be Naomi, and then they'll set up themselves in line for a tag team championship opportunity against either the Iconics or the Kabuki Warriors. Maybe that's where that's going. If that is where it's going, good on them. I don't know though. I hope WWE is going to get into like building tag teams and wrestlers again, but sometimes they just don't do that. I spent a lot of time on the first match. Moving on to the second match. I think the second match was The Miz and Shane McMahon, if I'm not mistaken. Was it? I think it was. Or was it Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe? I was talking about Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe since that was a shorter match. And it was drastically short. I guess this was just like Rey getting his win back after, I guess, Joe paying his dues because he beat Rey at WrestleMania really quick, and so now Rey gets to return the favor here against Joe. Joe got busted open by something. I guess it was the seated senton, which sucks. That's how he broke his nose or whatever happened. However he got busted open, but he lost in relatively quick fashion, and Rey Mysterio is now the champion, folks. Rey Mysterio is now the United States champion. Now he's a Grand Slam winner. I thought he had held the United States Championship before. I thought he did at some point, but I guess he never did. Maybe in WCW? Maybe not. No, if it was in WCW, I think they would have counted it. Anyways, now we move on to Miz versus Shane McMahon. And I thought that the Miz was going to win this one. I thought they were going to do it back and forth. And it was kind of silly of me to think that, because with Shane being the heel, you want him to keep his heat. So, of course, he's going to have to win this one. But I just couldn't think of a way he could win. There was some BS, though, dude. So, Miz hits the Skull Crusher finale on Shane McMahon on a steel chair. And then Shane gets out of the pinning predicament because his foot was on the bottom rope in a steel cage no disqualification match. I'm trying to figure out why the ref counted the feet on the ropes. Michael Cole acknowledged that it was BS. The fans acknowledged that it was BS. I don't know what was going on. I don't know whatever. I guess that's just how it was going to go. That seemed to be the story for a few matches. The refs were just off, and I'll get into some other matches where that was the case as well, I think. I'm pretty sure that happened on a couple of occasions. I just can't quite remember every single one of them, but I'll try. It was solid though. I liked seeing Miz beat up on Shane, but Shane would win because he was trying to escape the cage really quickly off a catapult. Miz tried to pull him back in, going for a superplex from the top of the cage, but Shane slipped out because of his shirt, and his shirt did look kind of big for him. So I guess that was intentional, or maybe it wasn't intentional. And the spot was just something that could happen and they worked it out. I don't know. When I say intentional, what I mean is the shirt actually being big or whatever. I guess the next one would be the Cruiserweight Championship match between Tony Nese and Ariya Daivari. Ariya Daivari comes out with a new entrance, and Tony Nese came out first. So it kind of got me like, wait, is Ariya actually going to win? I mean, if he does, this would be really unique for 205 Live having a champion lose so quickly, but whatever. The match started off kind of slow. The fans couldn't really get into it just yet, but when the 450 splash happened, then they started to pick up a bit, and it was really cool. It was like, I think they were trying to work out spots when they were countering each other in the beginning. I don't know what they were trying to do, to be honest with you, but it was cool. There was one moment where I thought Ariya Daivari was definitely going to win. Tony Nese, in the past, it seems like the only way he can win is with the running Nese. So he uses the running Nese, or he's about to, gets caught with a super kick, gets hit with the Persian Lion Splash, and then gets hit with the Hammerlock Lariat, two of Ariya Daivari's finishers. So Persian Lion Splash, people kicked out of that one before. No one kicks out of the Hammerlock Lariat though. So when you do both your finishers as a combination, you would think he'd win. He did not win. I don't necessarily agree with him not winning, but I'm not too bothered by it. It was just kind of weird to see that. But Tony Nese ended up winning with one running Nese. I think what he should have done is hit him with it once and then take off the knee pad and then hit him with it again. I think he should have done that. Maybe he already took off the knee pad, I can't remember. But it was solid. It wasn't the best match, but it was solid. Becky Lynch then goes back to back, right? She goes back to back. So we know Bayley is the Mrs. Money in the Bank. So you would assume that if Becky's going to have two matches, right, in the same night, somebody's going to cash in on her. Bayley's got to cash in on her, right? Makes total sense. So Becky Lynch, first she defeats Lacey Evans in a matchup where it was just like Lacey was trying to work any body part at all. It didn't seem like Lacey was trying to win for herself, if that makes sense. It seemed like she was working her for Charlotte. Here's what I mean by that. Lacey wasn't really super aggressive. She wasn't all over Becky, you know what I mean? Going for pin after pin like she really wanted the championship. She was just trying to work something. She was trying to target something. And then when Charlotte came out, right after the match, after Becky won with the disarmer, and Lacey tapped out really quickly. It seemed like they were building her kind of strong because Lacey was getting a lot of offense in. But nah, Becky just beat her with the disarmer really quick. It was really surprising to see that when she got it on and she just tapped out. I thought she was going to at least try to crawl to the ropes or something. But whatever. She just tapped out. Charlotte comes out. Becky's like, okay. And she kicks Charlotte's robe off the apron, which is cool. little character moments, stuff like that. I like that kind of stuff. So they have a match, and this one's also kind of quick. Of course, it's back and forth. Of course, it's naturally going to be back and forth. But for the most part, I believe Charlotte had the advantage over Becky for the most part. And then Becky looked like she was about to win. She hits, I forget what she hit, but she basically does something near the ropes, and Charlotte might lose here. But then Lacey Evans, while the ref is distracted, hits the woman's right on Becky. Then Charlotte tries to go for her finish, gets rolled up by Becky, and it's like 1-2, so freaking close, but no, it's not enough, and Charlotte kicks out. Charlotte hits the big boot, then she pins Becky. Charlotte is the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Then Lacey and Charlotte work together to beat up on Becky. So you're like, okay, Bayley has to come out. Of course she's going to come out. And of course she does. So Bayley comes out, she helps Charlotte, and for a moment I was like, yo, did she just get dropped? Like, Bayley got hit from behind by Charlotte. And I was like, is she just going to not get up and then Charlotte's just going to walk away with the championship? That would be pretty freaking lame if they do that. Nope. No, Bayley got back up. She took out Lacey Evans with the Bayley to belly. And then it was just her and Charlotte. Charlotte goes for a spear on Bayley. Goes face first into the turnbuckle. Bayley's like, should I cash in? She took a long time to think about it, but she went for it. I understand why she took a long time to think about it. Because if you cash in, that's it. You can't just wave it off. When the bell rings, it's over. So she called for it. Races up to the top rope when the bell rings. And she hits the Macho Man elbow drop. And Bayley is your new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. So this is a very cool and interesting moment. This really got Bayley back up into the better side of things. The fans are cheering for her again. It's always nice to see that. And I really like this. I like this. Some people may have not liked it, but I liked it. I was hoping Becky would retain here and then have to worry about the cash in later down the line. I was hoping that the Money in the Bank match would be so grueling that the winner of it wouldn't want to even cash in because she's too, injured to even go for it. Despite how Becky may feel after 2 matches, that ladder match was just so much more grueling, I guess. I thought that's where they were going to go with it. But it's fine. It's all good. Bayley won. Bayley's the new champion. So I got a lot of predictions wrong too, which is kind of disappointing, but it's whatever. Elias attacks Roman Reigns backstage with a guitar as Roman heads to the ring. Now, when I saw this, I was like, of course Roman's going to come back. Of course he's going to come back. He's not going to stay down from a guitar shot. But I wanted to know where they were going with this. Was it going to be a squash match? Was it going to be a no disqualification match? Where were they going to go with this? They went into a squash match. Roman comes out. Roman Superman punches Elias, gets him back in the ring, hits a spear, 1, 2, 3. Roman wins. I like that they got it out of the way, because I highly doubt there was really anybody who truly believed that Roman was going to lose this match to Elias. I'm just saying. And that's not a knock on Elias. That's just how it is with Roman Reigns. Like, usually he's going to win this kind of stuff. Before I get into the best match of the night, Lars Sullivan came out and he decimated the Lucha House Party. Kind of a pointless segment. What they could have done is when Braun was leaving the building, when he was banned from the building, because Sami Zayn had been attacked by somebody, because he was worried about Braun Strowman attacking him earlier, and then he got attacked by someone and got hung up backstage upside down. So when Triple H was like, "Nah, just leave, just get out of here. Don't even try to lie about you not being involved or whatever." I think what they should have done is have Lars have a brief stare down with Braun, and then Lars just walks off and Braun just walks off, and then that's it. Or they can just fade to black and go back to the ring. No telling what they did or whatever. Maybe they didn't fight. No one seems like a punk. It's just like a little stare down. That somewhere down the line these two are going to meet again, but it's not going to be a stare down. It would have been cool. Whatever. AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins, best match of the night. Best match of the night, in my opinion. Maybe people like the men's ladder match more, but they may have not liked the finish. We'll get to that. Anyways, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles really went all out here. I mean, Seth Rollins did the reverse Falcon Arrow and reverse suplex, inverted suplex combo that he did to Dolph Ziggler all the while back at SummerSlam. He did it here against AJ, which is cool. AJ got the styling DDT, torture rack bomb. He tried to go for the German suplex off the top rope and then into the, is it German suplex? Something like that. It's like a German suplex and into the wheelbarrow facebuster, but it was blocked by Rollins. I thought Rollins was going to roll up. I got kind of scared, but it didn't happen. They call it the Revolution knee now. I know they called it that before, but then they started calling it the Ripcord knee, and I was like, that's fine, I'll take that. And then they turned it back to the Revolution knee. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. He used that a couple times, or one time against AJ in the middle of the match. He also hit a buckle bomb into a frog splash, which was cool. It was just a really good match. There was a spot where Rollins goes for the curb stomp, and AJ popped him up and caught him into a Styles Clash. Rollins' head almost slammed against the mat because he's taller than AJ, but AJ caught him. You know, responsible wrestler catches him, and then his Styles Clash. And I genuinely believe AJ was going to win the match right there. If he would have won right there, I would have been fine. Like, I would have been like, damn, I wish it would have went on longer, but whatever. That was a really cool way to end it, because he's done that same kind of thing with Shinsuke, where he caught him out of nowhere with the Styles Clash off the Kinshasa at WrestleMania last year, or a couple years ago. No, it was last year, because this year was the other WrestleMania. So anyway, really good match. Seth retains with a super kick, revolution knee, and a curve stomp to beat him. I was hoping AJ would kick out. He didn't kick out. Whatever. Men's Money in the Bank match. No. Kevin Owens versus Kofi Kingston. It's really hard to follow AJ versus Seth Rollins. And I understand that they tried. And I respect them for trying. But it's AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. I'm just going to say that again. There's a very low chance, you know what I mean, that this is going to be better, right? I'm just saying. No offense to those guys, but they're just really, really good. There was a cool spot where Kofi kept going on the outside with these axe handles, like top rope axe handles, top rope punches to the face or whatever. And then he went for another one, and Kevin Owens caught him with a super kick. That was cool. There was a pop-up powerbomb spot where I thought, oh snap, he might actually win, but he didn't. Kevin Owens also hit the stunner. He threw Kofi Kingston to the cameraman and hit a frog splash off the apron. Kofi Kingston got one Trouble in Paradise. He got the SOS, and he hit a second Trouble in Paradise later on. So basically, with the stunner spot, Kevin Owens was able to escape. Oh no. Kofi was able to escape because he got his hand on the bottom rope, and Kevin Owens escaped the what was it? He escaped the Trouble in Paradise because he fell to the outside of the ring. So it was really cool. It was interesting and it had drama, high drama in it. The only issue, or well, not the only issue, but the main issue that they kind of ran into was at just the timing of the match. I feel like AJ versus Rollins should have gone on last. That's just my opinion. I think it should have. Well, no, it couldn't have gone on last because the finish of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So, anyways, let's talk about that. The main event. This match was crazy. Finn Balor was going absolutely insane. This man took so many freaking bumps. I don't even on these ladders, dude. Sunset flip powerbomb from Andrade onto a ladder bridge, but the ladder like messed up at some point, so Finn got bounced off the ladder into the air and then landed back on that same ladder. So it's like he got powerbombed twice, once by Andrade and another time by the ladder. And I was like, dude, he's done. He's done. He was still in the match though. He got choke slammed on a freaking ladder that was sideways. Okay, now he's done, right? Right? No, he's not done. There was another spot that happened to him. Dang it, I can't remember what happened. It was another thing. Like they basically destroyed this man. Oh, okay. Drew had Andrade up on his shoulders and did the reverse Alabama slam onto Finn, who was on the ladder. Mustafa got choke slammed through a table by Baron Corbin. This match was just brutal all around, dude. They were going mental. I think Ricochet got put through a ladder by somebody. He also got hit with a deep six on the floor. Ricochet did this one spot where he almost fell. He ran, hopped onto the top rope, and did a tope, which was cool. There was a Spanish fly from two ladders, not sat on top of each other, just next to each other, with Andrade and Ali. I'm gonna call him Mustafa Ali. I don't care. Okay, I'm calling him that. Anyways, it was really cool. The match was crazy. The match was absolutely crazy. But Sami Zayn isn't there, so it's just 7 men. So it's just really cool to see. Baron turned on Drew, of course he did. But Drew came back in and hit him with a Claymore, which was a cool moment. Okay, I know what happened to Ricochet. Ricochet was about to win the match, and then Drew grabbed him and said, "Not today," and he threw him over the top rope, and he fell through the freaking bridge ladder and broke it. I was like, dang, dude, it's vicious. And then somehow, I can't remember how, but Mustafa Ali became the last man basically, and he got on top of the ladder, and then you hear bam, 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 and it's freaking Brock Lesnar running down to the ring like a freaking, I don't even know what to call him. He was all ready to go. Dude. He was really happy, had a big smile on his face. He was like, this man's going to win the match. Oh no. So I guess he replaced Sami Zayn. I guess that's who Triple H was on the phone with earlier on. If you saw, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, I'm sorry for not really talking about that earlier. But basically, Triple H was on the phone talking to somebody. Never really said any names. He never said any, he just used pronouns. He didn't use any real names, basically, right? And Sami interrupted the call. And then Sami gets attacked by Brock Lesnar. But we never saw who attacked him. I think now we can assume, though, that it was Brock Lesnar who did that. Really great match, though. And Brock Lesnar comes to the ring, pushes the ladder and it hits the cameraman. And then he climbs to the top of the ladder. And, he takes out Ali. And then he climbs to the top of the ladder and he gets a briefcase. It kept looking like he was going to fall off the ladder. I'd never seen him climb a ladder before, so it was just kind of like, oh, he's going to fall. Don't fall. Come on, Brock. And he didn't fall. But it was just really scary to look at, you know what I mean? It's really terrifying, if you will. But for the whole Money in the Bank pay-per-view, it wasn't bad. By no means was it bad. It wasn't. I don't want to hear anybody, because Brock Lesnar won the match. He was like, they set it up, okay? It wasn't like he just came out of completely nowhere. It was a story going on. Something happened to Sami Zayn. Something was about to happen. Somebody's on the phone with Triple H. And in the same time, you could assume that it had something to do with Sami Zayn because he was there at the time of the phone call. So you're trying to figure out what was going on. You could use process of elimination. Lars Sullivan already had his thing happen. Braun Strowman got banned from the building. It could be Bray Wyatt. But who would have a motive for being in this Money in the Bank ladder match other than Brock Lesnar? He needed a means of getting his title back, and this was the way that was, I guess, best for him. So, Brock Lesnar now is Mr. Money in the Bank, or I guess Beast in the Bank. That's marketable. My only question is, where are they really going to go with this, is what I'm trying to understand. What are they really going to do here? Is he just going to cash in at Saudi Arabia immediately? Are we actually going to have some story going on here? I really do not want Brock Lesnar to win the Universal Championship match. I don't want him to get the championship back. Please, no. Don't be stupid, WWE. AEW is your competition right now. Who is the person that you don't want to give the title? Think about it. Do not do this. This is stupid. Yes, Brock is a draw. But you know what's a bigger draw? Good matches and good storytelling. So please, do not make him the champion again. Please. I don't want another Devon is the television champion for fucking 9 months. I don't want to deal with that again. I don't want to do it. Stop. Stop. That was a reference to TNA, by the way. Stop. They're probably going to do it. Anyways. Yeah. It's either the ladder match, the men's ladder match, or it's or it has to be AJ versus Rollins. I guess because that one had a more solidifiable finish. I don't think anybody really not no one at all. But I certainly did not expect for there to be a clean finish. I expected some sort of interference from someone, whether it be a cash in, whether it be AJ goes heel or Seth goes heel and one of them just cheats. Something was going to happen. But no, it was just a match that lived up to the hype and it was good. More of that, please. I hope this story continues because it really seemed like AJ could actually have beaten him there. It really seemed like he could win. He didn't win, but it really seemed like he could. But overall, I just liked it. It was just awesome. I mean, if there's anything that I could change, is I would have just had Brock come out from the beginning. But no. This is why they didn't do Brock from the beginning. If Brock was in that match at the start, think about it. Who else would have won that matchup? If Brock was in that ring from the start, he was going to win without a shadow of doubt. Like there would have been no other argument, no legitimate argument for any other person could have been made because it was just so obvious that he was going to win, right? I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens on Raw today. Oh, during the show, Mick Foley introduced a new... No, he didn't introduce it. But it was announced that on Monday Night Raw, he's supposed to introduce a new championship of some sort. I don't know why they need another title. I don't think they need another title, unless it's a television title or a hardcore title. But they're not going to do that, are they? But I could totally see that happening. I think a television title would be really good, or the network championship, whatever the hell they want to call it. I think that would be really good, because right now they have the wild card rule. There's a lot of people unhappy right now that want to be the champion but can't really be the champion, according to Rusev at least. But basically what I'm getting at is, if they have the television title, there's going to be a lot of people who don't really get seen on TV getting a match. And it's going to be for a championship, so the matches are more important. So it helps build the mid-card. We don't need another main championship. We need another mid-card championship. And the women are fine, all right? I understand they only have 3 titles and the men's got a fuck ton. But no, I think they're fine. Personally, I think they're perfectly fine with the amount of championships that they have. So whatever this is, I think it should be probably a television championship, because no one wants to see hardcore matches where someone's getting hit in the back with a chair. I want to see someone get smacked in the head with a chair. I'm sorry. I know it's dangerous. I know it's a dangerous spot. I understand. But it's just like, if you're going to have the hardcore championship, you gotta really go in with the hardcore. You can't just, you know, I don't know, go baby mode about it. You gotta really go in with it. So I'm thinking this is a television championship. I talked for a really long time here. I'm just really what I'm doing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just kind of waiting for this match to end right now. That's what I'm waiting on. Because I don't want to cut out some of this stuff. So I'm just kind of talking, really. I also like doing these videos talking about wrestling, because it's like one of the things I'm passionate about. I like talking about. By the way, Anime's WWE adventure will continue. Don't worry. I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for a little bit here, because I'm trying to focus on typing a little bit more, trying to advance my story a bit, and then I'll worry about all the other stuff afterwards. But for right now, I'm just focusing on typing, and then we're going to go into the Elimination Chamber match with Anime, and then we're going to go into Toni Storm defending, or trying to get her championship match from Io Shirai, Elimination Chamber. Okay, there we go. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like. I'll see y'all later.